Well, hello and welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So this week's blog is entitled Diversity. I know that many of you are probably sick and tired of hearing about West Point and Cheney, but you're going to have to indulge me at least one more time. We just returned about a week ago from West Point after having dropped Cheney off for what's called R Day. This is the formal induction day when she starts cadet basic training. And we had a really unique opportunity. The days leading up to R Day, since we were in the Hudson River Valley, a lot of the new cadets had an opportunity to meet with one another, and as parents, we got to see them. And I got to meet a lot of these new cadets that literally come from all over the world. Obviously, the vast majority are from the 50 states, but there are some cadets that are coming from allied military powers that are sending their cadets to West Point. And then there were also others that American citizens, but they're living on military bases and their parents are forward deployed. So a couple of kids that, grew up in Germany and South Korea and places like that. One thing that I was immediately struck with was the level of maturity and acumen that each one of these new cadets had. I knew instinctively that they were 17, 18 years old, but I felt like I was talking to somebody that was in their mid-30s. Extremely articulate, very, very confident, just awesome. Okay. The other thing that really struck me was the diversity of the class. In fact, the lieutenant general who acts as the superintendent for West Point gave a speech to all the parents, and in that speech they rattled off some statistics, and they talked about the diversity of the student body for the class of 2023. It wasn't just diversity based on race or gender. While that was obvious, there was also diversity based on geography. There was diversity based on aptitudes and things like that. But there was one core principle that completely united all of these kids, and that was fierce levels of patriotism and a desire for service and to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And that really got me thinking, the idea of separate, desperate tribes coming together with a common goal. One of the things that makes the United States one of the greatest experiments in popular democracy is the idea that people from around the world would come to the United States, would still maintain their existing cultures, but would integrate with a superculture of what I would call Americanism. First and foremost, you're an American. In fact, the concept of the hyphenated American, the Italian American, the Korean American, that type of thing, I think personally that's backwards. Then, in fact, are American Italians or American Koreans. The first thing that really defines them is who they are as patriots. The fact that they happen to come from Tupelo, Mississippi, or the fact that they happen to come from Denver, Colorado, or Southern California, that creates an interesting aspect of who they are, but it doesn't define them. What defines them is the fact that they are American patriots. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the blog. If you have any desire to contact me or you want to comment, obviously you can do so by emailing me at stephen@artemishq.com. As always, train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. And above all else, stay safe. Until next week when we have coffee again.